All right, what up, everybody? It's your girl, Jackie Johnson,
And it is LaQuisha. Hello.
and we are my sister and me LLC, and we want to welcome you to episode 7 after the pain of Sister Conversations in
In
Black.
black.
Hey! We working on it, y'all. We working on it. So we getting the in black part down. Pretty soon we'll get the whole spoon, on a unison page. Hope y'all enjoying Betty Wright in the background after the pain. Hey, the best he can. Hey, some of y'all young folks, this might be a little above you, but you better go back and listen to Betty. Even though Betty was on some stuff. I ain't that old either, but my mama listened to all this stuff, so this was my upbringing and my
I'm that
heritage.
old.
Come on, Betty. Come on, Betty. Still love you like I do. Hey, like you do. Hey, come on, Betty. I can't hit that note.
Show Liz.
Tell them, Betty, God ain't playing. Can't get away with doing me bad. All right, Betty. Come on, Betty. Tell them, girl. Yeah, we don't know why either. We don't know why either, Betty. We don't know why we keep working on this thing. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed that. That was Betty Wright after the pain. In case you don't know, you need to look Betty up. So what's up, y'all? Thank you so much for joining us. I see my Facebook people live. Make sure y'all say hello so we know y'all on here. All right. All right. This is episode 7. For those of y'all who joined us last week, y'all know we was on a very interesting conversation. Sis, I'm gonna let you go ahead and take it over.
Yes, so this is part two. Yeah, last week we talked about trauma. And I don't know if y'all can see me because I'm kind of fading in and out the background. I've been trying to work on it, but it is what it is. Last week we talked about trauma, and this week we're going to talk about after the pain from trauma. So here's the thing though. And I know most of y'all probably have heard Betty writes no pain, no gain. And one of the lines in that song prior to this song is where she says she don't know about y'all, but she was taught that it's better to have a piece of a man than no man at all. Okay, Betty.
We don't agree with that, Betty.
Okay, Betty, that's something that Betty said in her song. We know the song.
Yes.
No pain, no pain,
no gain.
No gain. There was an old lady sitting under a tree. She called me over and she said to me, my days being here may not be long. I wouldn't waste my time telling you nothing wrong. Listen, I can't sing. Y'all know the words, okay? Y'all know the words.
We try to sing. Y'all better, Lord.
Why do most people that can't sing always try to sing? We love music. But anyway, so there's that line in that song where that she says, I don't know about y'all, but having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. I want to really get into it, whether we agree or disagree. I really want to get into it. And so I want to dig into that today because I had to analyze that thing.
Well, God.
Now, let me keep it all the way a buck on here. Okay? We say we ain't doing it. We don't accept it. We don't agree. Period. It's not. And we know better.
Go down the rabbit hole, y'all.
Here we go, because y'all know how I be thinking. But are we doing it anyway? Are we doing it anyway?
Are we doing it anyway?
Because a woman's intuition, honey, is something like none other. Now, men will like to tell you that we wrong. But a woman's intuition is something like none other. So some things we know the answers to before we even get the verbal answer from them. Not saying that we choose to look the other way, but there are some times that we just function. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and hit this. I'm finna do it, sis.
I know. I said down the rabbit hole we go. I already know.
Here we go.
Here we go. I'll be ready.
When, and I'm asking, I'm only asking, okay? Don't shoot me. When you are deeply in love with a man, has there ever been a point where you would say, you know what? You may not be thinking you can change him, but you will say, maybe it'll change because I just love him that much. Because that's what I think Betty meant when she said it's better to have a piece of a man than no man at all. And I'm not saying, I know we know what to do. I know we know what not to do. But when you love him and you feel like you cannot be without him, and he's done some things to you, and you still accept him back, is that not having a piece of man? That's my question.
Well, I think that's interesting. I think it definitely depends on the context of what you consider a piece of a man.
Can you bring your volume up just a little bit, sis?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I want to make sure they can hear you a little bit. Ask them if they can hear you, because I can't see the comments.
All my Facebook people, can y'all hear me well? Because I'm at 100 and I'm using my microphone. Alina, can you hear me?
Maybe you just low. It's okay.
Okay, so what I was going to say is, for me, it depends on what you mean by a piece of a man. And this is why I say this, because I think every woman has dealt with or stayed with a man who wasn't giving them 100% in that relationship, and they kept on in the relationship because of the love, because of the commitment to the relationship, hoping that they would get better because they were, communicating with them, because they were being supportive to that man. So of course you hope that they will get better. You hope that they value the relationship enough to grow and do better in the areas that you're bringing to their attention. So in that instance, yes. Okay.
I hear you way better now too.
Okay, in that instance, yes. But if you talking about like a man who just like doing all kind of stuff to you and keep coming back and you keep taking them back, hell no. Hell no. That's a
Okay.
whole different ball game for me.
Okay. I personally know women. I'm not talking about nobody in specific,
Mhm.
particular, but I'm saying I personally know women that their man has a whole nother woman. And they stay with them.
Mm, stay with them as in they
As
still
in,
claiming them as they man, and like they still like what?
right. So they have years of a relationship with this man. Okay. And he has another woman. And it's very hard for them to let them go because of the history. Of course, you have things involved like children and stuff like that, but it's very hard for them to let them go, um, even though they know what to do. And so when she said it's better to have a man than no man at all, I think that some women, even though we say no, no, we would never do that, I think that some women do it subconsciously, do it. Um,
I agree with that, but I also think that some women have been hurt a lot and they feel like there is not good men out there. A lot of women feel like
very
there is
true.
not a man out there who will not cheat on you. So they will in turn take a man who provides or gives them certain things because they like ain't no man not gonna cheat on me.
Yeah,
So if he's going to cheat, if he keep the girl a secret from me, then
yeah,
that's showing me some type of honor. Like just
yeah,
don't flaunt her in my face. Just make
yeah,
sure I don't know about it. Like there are women out there who are like, I'm cool with that because
yeah,
in their mind there is not a man out there who won't cheat on you. And I'm gonna be honest. Being in multiple relationships that I have committed to as far as marriage, and then that being the outcome, even though I have been faithful, I have been dedicated to the marriage, it does make you feel like that. It makes you
yes,
feel like, well,
I
damn,
concur.
if I'm trying to do this the right way, if
Yep,
I you know what I mean, if I did it like this and I still got cheated on or I still got left, like, do I really want to do marriage again? Do I really like, is this really something that's that important? Or do I just be with somebody who I love and they love me and I don't worry about all the stuff? Like it challenges your core foundational beliefs. And
yeah,
so, of course, at the end of the day, it's all about, your faith and do you really believe that this is how it is? Or but a lot of women do feel like men are just going to cheat. So they would rather be with a man who provides and does things for them. And as long as they keep the woman away from them, they're okay with it. So I do know women like that personally.
yeah. Um, I don't think that they start out that way. I think that women start out, loving, caring, giving their all, 100%, trusting the man, trusting the individual. Um, but then they're shown otherwise, and things change. But we'll get off into that. That was just a prelude. We are talking about after the pain. Last week we talked about trauma, the effects of trauma and where that comes from childhood and how it can affect different areas in your life. So this week we want to talk about after the pain, but I kind of wanted to get off into real quick. And again, for the Facebook people, I can't see the comments. If you have something that you want to say or you want to share, Miss Jackie can see the comments. But I just wanted to break down real quick what is a dysfunctional relationship, because dysfunctional relationships come from trauma. Okay, so listen to this. A dysfunctional relationship are relationships that do not perform their appropriate function. That is, they do not emotionally support both participants. They do not foster communication, and they challenge them in a negative way. Okay, and they challenge them in a negative way, negatively affecting them for the world, and not positively fortifying the union together to face the world. I'm gonna say that again. They negatively affect them to go into the world individually. Let me say it that way. And they do not positively affect them fortifying the union to face the world collectively in a union. So that is a dysfunctional relationship. It is a relationship that does not perform in appropriate functions. What are the appropriate functions, Quisha? To love, care, reaffirm. Somebody would say, no, ain't no reaffirm. Yes, reaffirm. Okay. To push towards success, to encourage, to support one another emotionally and physically, and even to have a fulfilling sexual and healthy relationship sexually with healthy intimacy. When those functions are performed appropriately, you will have a union that can go into the world fortified and collectively and not thinking individually. Because when you get into a relationship with someone that you love and care about, and you're going to spend the rest of your life with them, it is no longer individual, it is collective together. You may each have individual purposes within the relationship, but when you go into the world, it is a collective effort towards a goal.
Exactly.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
They're codependent on one. Sis, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
No, I definitely agree, and I think that's why a lot of people have issues in a relationship is because they don't know how to be a team. They're still trying to be a single individual. And when you join together, especially like in a marriage, you're a team now and you need to move like a team. But if you have one person who's still moving around like they single, y'all on two different pages, you're gonna have an issue.
Right. So we're talking about after the pain, and we're going to get to that, but I kind of wanted to break some of this stuff down. And she just brought up a good point. When a person is walking around like they are a single individual, okay? Let me tell you what falls into codependency. How? I'm going to tell you how. Because codependency is when there are two parties that are collectively dependent on one another for whatever reason, right? But an unhealthy codependency is when one party is making the relationship more important than the other party. Okay. A classic codependent person is someone who is hopelessly entangled with a partner that is out of control. A classic codependent person is one party who is entangled with another person who is out of control. What do you mean by out of control? Out of control of their emotions about how they feel about you, out of control on their stability, out of control in their mental frame, out of control. That makes you codependent on them because now you are codependent on their mood swings. You are codependent on their mood emotions and how they go up and down. Stop me if I'm not talking correctly. You become codependent. They love bomb you and then they take it away because they're unstable. So what happens is you become codependent on the love bomb. You don't like the other part, but you know the other part is coming with it. You know the steps that comes with the toxicity, because once you make it through the other part, you know eventually you're going to get back to the love bomb. It's just like a drug.
So basically, you hang on to the good part and you totally ignore the bad stuff that come with it.
Correct. Codependency. What does that do? It creates toxic family systems. Are we going to teach? It creates toxic family systems. Okay. These are relationships that stem from the two parties that go all the way down to the children, if you're not careful. Okay. And they're carried from the children into adulthood, and it's a repeated cycle. Okay. Do we got any comments? Am I going too fast? Okay. The adults become then mentally, emotionally, and physically harmful to some or all participants. And the codependent people still stuck on the love bomb are willing to go through that to get to the love bomb phase.
And we're talking about unhealthy codependency, correct?
Correct. We're talking about unhealthy codependency and toxicity stemming from pain. So, but the question becomes, how do you make something like this work? Okay. So I just wanted to go over that stuff. We're going to get to after the pain. How do you make something like this work? Let me look at my notes, y'all. So, relatively, when there is a situation like that, people look for the villain. They need to know which one of you is at fault before they accept the responsibility of themselves or they're part of it. That'll come, but not initially. They look to know who is at fault. They look for someone else to blame. That's the dysfunctional response. Well, couples who sit down together and discuss problems calmly without blame, criticizing, and accusing find that looking for a mutual solution to their problems increases their commitment, their intimacy, and bonds them together. We talking about the fix. So I don't always want to talk about the problem. Talking about the fix. Nothing binds you in a relationship more powerfully than awareness of self and what the other partner needs. And working together, you can solve your problems.
That's good.
Healthy communication and comprehension.
Now, this is why I like this part when we get into the fix, because as you say, we always deal with the issues and the problems. And you can tell a person, oh, you need to be healed. You need to get that together. You need to fix that. But we don't ever say how you heal, how you get it together, how you fix it. And even in conjunction to what you're saying right now, I've been reading Derek Jackson's new book, Heal Together Without Hurting the Other Person, or something like that. And the book is amazing because it talks about, instead of choosing to leave marriages, why are you not healing together in the marriage? And it goes back to what you just said, like when you as a couple recognize and can have conversation between each other about the issues, about the problems, and then decide on a course of action to try to help fix the issue and the problem. You don't have divorces, you don't have breakups, you know what I mean, that just end. Now of course, if it's just toxic beyond repair, or the person is not willing to work on it, or heal from it, or move forward, that's a whole different story. But a lot of times, marriages and couples, they don't even take the time to say, hey, let's figure out what's wrong, let's fix this. They just leave.
Right. And so
or move on to the next girl or boy, like, you know what I mean.
yeah, you're absolutely right. um I think that there are a lot of people that don't want to work with people because they're like, I don't have time for that. I'm not raising nobody. But listen, you're not raising them. It's a relationship. You're learning each other. Get over it. You're not raising them.
And relationships are about growing and maturing.
Yeah. You're learning and they're learning.
Yeah. And not only that, but we're talking about toxic and dysfunctional behavior. And what people don't understand is you can be a very functional person and still have dysfunction in your life and still have issues of your life that have not been healed and dealt with. Just because you're not exhibiting what the other person is doesn't mean you don't have things that need to be healed and needs to, you need to get over as well. So when you talk about healing together in a relationship, there may be things about you that trigger your spouse or your mate. You know what I mean? And you think, oh no, it's just me being strong, or it's just me, whatever. But those might be things that is triggering your spouse or causing your spouse to act a certain way. So again, when
Yeah.
you decide to heal together, it's not like I'm raising you. That's what you do. You when you decide to love a person, when you decide to have a commitment with a person, you decide to help them. You decide to be there in those times as long as they are willing to allow themselves to be helped. And I think that's also a problem that happens within relationships. If I see that we're unhealthy and I want us to get healthy, and that other person is just not willing to get that help, then you're not going to be able to continue a relationship together, because you're going to
Yeah.
have one person who wants to be healthy and the other who does not want to be healthy. And because they don't want to be healthy, you're not going to be able to come to an agreement. You're not going to be able to heal together. You're not going to be able to move forward in that relationship. And so I, thinking about what we talked about last week about the traumas that we endure from our childhood, a lot of times people, especially men, do not want to deal with their trauma. But it is important, because if you're ever going to have a productive life, you can leave the wife you got. You can leave the girlfriend you got. But if you don't deal with your trauma, if you don't deal with your issues, you just gonna go and get another woman and go through
Yeah.
the same stuff. You're gonna go get another man and go through the same stuff. The trauma has to be healed at some point. The best option for you is to heal with somebody who loves you enough
Yeah.
to be there in your vulnerable time, who will
Yeah.
still love you, who will still support you, even though they know you're going through a healing. You think it's better for you to just walk away and be out here on your own trying to do it? It's not.
Yeah.
Or get out there on your own and never heal from it because you just don't want to face it. And this is the problems that I see in our community as Black people. We don't want to deal with the trauma. We don't want to heal from the, or do the work to heal from the hurt. And that is what is wrecking our relationships and our home and our family dynamics.
Yeah, it's so true. Just remember this one thing as well when you're communicating with your partner. Every partner is unique. We are not all the same. We are not all built the same. There are unique things about them, just like there are unique things about you. And so we do not have to view those things as barriers to effective communication or healing in a relationship, but more so, not barriers, but gateways. And when I say a gateway, your partner could be unique and love in a certain area, and that is a gateway to healing. If you were to, I don't really want to say concede, but to show concern about that area and show them that you understand and you're committed to learning and loving them from that area of uniqueness. And what I mean by that, when I say that, is that you could have a partner who didn't grow up in a family function home with with their biological parents. Okay, they could have grown up in a group home or foster care system until they were aged out, and so they don't really know how to have these functional or these family functions. um and so instead of you saying, oh, well, he or she has never really had a family, so they wouldn't understand how to do a Thanksgiving dinner or, have a Christmas celebration or something like that. Instead of you doing that, you could say, hey, we're going to have this year. This year, I know that you've never had it. If you could, what is one thing you would want? What is one thing you would bring to the table? and then make that thing happen. I mean, come on now. If it's outrageous, that's different. Like, if you don't have $1 million and they're asking you for it, you may want to consider that. Don't go broke. But it can be anything. I remember asking a friend, what is one thing that they wanted that they never got for Christmas? And I wasn't in communication with that friend after that, but that is something that, and I think I still have it written down, so I may still get it one day. That is something that I want to make happen. It's not about the toy. Yes, it was an adult, but it's more so about acknowledgement of an area that is delicate for them. Okay?
Absolutely.
So we have to understand the uniqueness in our partner and not hate on that or be mad at that or downgrade that, but more so embrace what the uniqueness is about them and try to cultivate that or understand it. Let me say it that way. Try to understand it. When you can understand the uniqueness in your partner, and I know I'm sounding like Dr. Ruth, when you can understand the uniqueness in your partner, you understand better how they communicate, which helps you to comprehend better because you realize what's unique about them. You may not have grown up in the same way. My ex-husband was Jehovah's Witness. There you go. I grew up in a Baptist household. There you go. Belief systems totally different. However, when it was time for us to go to church and things like that, I knew that he was uncomfortable with um, pants for girls and no sleeves, short sleeves and stuff like that because of how they grew up in the Kingdom Hall. And so it wasn't a big sacrifice, but it wasn't nothing major that I needed to argue about. Why not? Who cares? Like, I look good in a pencil skirt, so I put sleeves on our girls and I didn't wear pants to church. And that's it. Some things don't have to be a battle. Did you want to add to that, Jack?
Nope, I don't have nothing to add there.
Okay. Okay. So, what'd you say?
I said,
I mean, come on. Sometimes there is give and take in a relationship, right?
well, there should be compromise in a relationship, as long as
Correct.
you're not compromising core things. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
every
There should.
relationship,
In some battles, come on now.
yeah, every
Some battles, I don't care if the pantsuit look good on you, sis. You ain't gotta wear it.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like small victories is
Small.
victories. But when you actually love somebody, you find that a little easier than you think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
you do.
you
Nothing to
want the
fight over.
betterment of the relationship. You want the relationship to be as smooth as possible. So if it's not a
Right.
core belief or a core value system for you, you're gonna be pretty open to amending. And you,
Now, I'm gonna bring this up. This is a little funny. I had a situation where somebody didn't like girls trips. Like, nope, you can't go on no girls trip. I
well,
still went. I,
well, first of all, if you my boyfriend, you don't get to dictate at all. Okay? If you my boyfriend, you walked in my life understanding how I function. And I do girls trips. Okay? Okay?
I still went. But I truly believed it caused all kind of chaos, in my opinion. I believe it. You were there, Jackie, so I don't know. But I believe it caused all kind of chaos. But I would consider for a future mate not bypassing my girls trip, but going on a trip with them. You know, compromise. Like I'm gonna still go on my girls trip, but like if you want to go back with me, I would compromise after I finish my girls trip.
But that ain't the compromise for them.
It's not.
If they don't want you going on a girls' trip, there ain't no compromise for that. Unless you bring him. And then if you meet, I'm gonna be mad. Cause I'm like, dude, what you doing on a girls' trip? It ain't for you. Can I spend time with my sister? Like you got her every other day, dude. I got her this weekend. I'm sorry, you're not coming. You're not coming, bro. I don't care. Cause you know they try to give it. Well, I'll come. I'll just stay in the hotel room. You ain't gonna stay in the hotel
I'm
room.
gonna stay in the hotel
You
room.
gonna be bugging me, asking me when I'm coming back. What we about to do? Nothing. This trip ain't for you.
Now we can do some couples trips later. You know, that would be
We
wonderful.
can do a couple trip,
Yeah,
but you're
yeah.
not intervening on a girl trip. Now, I'm gonna say this on the flip side, cause I am her. On the flip side of that, for me, I might have to think about that if he wants to do a guy's trip.
Oh, you wouldn't let him go?
You know what? It ain't that I wouldn't let him go, but I would be so nosy. Like, who going? Where going?
What?
Who going with y'all? Where y'all going?
What?
Heck yeah! I want to know because every guy got one friend.
Oh Lord.
And about y'all being together.
Oh Lord.
You feel like your dude's supposed to enjoy some of these single people stuff. Bruh, don't get him and you killed. Okay?
Oh Lord, not killed.
Kilt with a T. LT. Kilt. Okay? So for me, if my guy had a problem with my girls' trip, I would try to put him at ease. Like,
Lord have mercy.
it's just me and Quisha and Tessa. Like, you know what we gonna be doing. We gonna be eating, probably drinking some wine somewhere, looking at some good scenery. I ain't gonna say we not gonna look at no men's, but you ain't gotta worry about me going after no men's. You ain't got to worry about that. See, I'm gonna try to reassure him. So he better do the same thing when he want to go on a guy trip. Facts.
Okay. If you want to go on a guy's trip and we together, go ahead and go. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't even. That's her.
Just remember.
That's her.
Just remember, you're not single
Okay.
like they is. Facts.
If I feel like you doing something out of pocket that you shouldn't be doing, we all got trips to take. All right.
You so horrible.
The next thing is you need to understand that codependency, putting your partner's feelings before your own. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes they can be harmful and sometimes it can be helpful. You need to figure out what kind of situation you're in, because sometimes people put their partner's feelings in front of their own, and it's harmful. It becomes harmful because then you become a doormat. You don't want to do that. So you need to kind of consider the situation and weigh it out at best for that.
And if they do the same for you, because
correct.
At the end of the day, I mean, putting your feelings before mine, I'm not gonna keep doing that if you don't never consider my feelings first.
Right. Here's a biggie.
I'm a straight doormat.
Here's a biggie, and I know that I'm just gonna say it. If men don't agree with me, you just don't agree with me. But I think men have a hard time with this. Open and completely honest. No matter how you feel, it's gonna hurt the woman's feeling. Communication. Facts.
Very important. Men.
A lot of men will say, well, we are honest. We are honest. No, you allude.
Yeah, say that part.
You're alluding.
And they're not forthcoming, meaning I have to dig it out of you. You don't come to me and just say it.
Yeah. If you got another woman,
dig.
Let me just tell y'all this right now. If you got another woman and you afraid that, you're going to hurt this lady feelings or whatever, just tell her you got a woman. Just tell her. I mean, it's better for her to know. Later, you cut yourself out of so many arguments because the only thing you got to do is say, hey, I told you. If she choose to stay and you still be with that other woman and she get to complaining, you could say, hey, I told you. I told you.
But
Just
they're
tell
not
her.
gonna do that because they don't want to risk losing either or. They greedy and they want them both. To me, that's the only reason why you wouldn't tell the truth. If you're trying to
Yeah.
have your cake and eat it too, you're not going to tell either person the truth because you want to keep having, both people. But if you care about somebody, like you should never drag them through some stuff like that. Like just be real, even if it's like I don't feel the same way about you anymore. Like, cause
Yeah.
I always say I'm not a cheater because I'm the type of person, if I'm not happy with you, if I don't want to be with you, I'm gonna get rid of you. And then I'm gonna go get what I want. I don't need to hurt you to do that. I don't need to cheat on you to do that. I'm just
Yeah.
going to tell you things are not working. I can't do this anymore. And I'm gonna leave and then I'm gonna go pursue what I really want. Like that is an honest, communicative thing.
Yeah.
You don't have to hurt people to have what you want. Like facts. You just don't.
Now, and I mean, if you are stuck between two women, or if you're a woman that's stuck between two men, be honest. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Because if you're having a hard time choosing between which person you want, somebody gonna make the choice for you. They're gonna help you. Eventually, it
Absolutely.
may be hard at first, but eventually they're gonna help you.
Yeah, because if you tell me you stuck between me and somebody else, I'm going to bow out. Oh, don't worry about it. You can go and have her. All right. Mahalo.
And if you're and let me tell you the benefit to that, men. The benefit to that is that when that woman decides to leave you and you chose the other one, okay, or she helped you choose, you get to see whether or not you made the right decision by being with that other one. You get to see. Now, if you go back to the one that left and it's too late, and it's just too late, but at least you would have given one of them the opportunity. And everybody may not agree with that. But honesty is the best policy and it creates balance. Okay. Hopefully y'all get that. It creates balance. Um
But
think
to be real though, all the
okay.
all the reasons you list as pros, them is the reason why they don't tell the truth. Because they don't want to pick the wrong one and they know they done lost the other one forever. Because 9 times out of 10, if you tell a woman that you're stuck between two people and she bows out, you're gonna figure out you did choose the wrong one and you can't come back to her because now she feels like a second choice. And so all of those are reasons why men don't tell the truth, but you still gonna lose her because if you lie and you drag it out and she find out, you're done.
Yeah, it's best to tell the truth.
Honest. Just be honest. Well,
Yeah, just tell her.
because not only that, but being honest, you let a person have their choice. When you lie, you take their choice from them. I wouldn't have kept loving you if you lie if you had told me the truth like you wasn't in love with me. But if you lie to me and tell me you in love with me, I'm gonna keep cultivating this love and I'm gonna get deeper and deeper. And then when you hurt me or leave me, I'm destroyed now. When all you had to
Yeah.
really do was tell me the truth. I like you, but I don't love you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then let me decide if I wanted to stay with you and cultivate something or if I wanted to go somewhere else.
Yeah, it would have been on me. It,
That's
it,
what I'm saying.
it would have been on me. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't blame you
Yeah, just be honest.
because you told me from the jump,
Yeah.
So yeah. Um Another thing is think about, this is gonna be hard, but think about the how and not the what. Okay. And what do I mean? So sometimes relationships break up for infidelity. You know that they were having something with someone else, and you know that's the reason that you're gone, because they physically had an act of sexual infidelity with someone. So a lot of times we focus on the what they did. You know what I'm saying? You went to a hotel. You did this. You did that. You called her at this time. You called her at that time. Blah, blah, blah. You did this. You did that. That's the what. But what about the how? How did they get to that point? How did we get here? Because when I can figure out the how, I don't need to think about your what, because you probably were showing me signs of departure in the how, and I don't want that back. We can forgive the what. They can fix the what. If they can't fix the how, we got a problem.
Well, I
So
think the problem is the communication. Most people don't communicate.
well, that's a part of the how.
Mhm.
When a man or a woman cheats, you guys can go to therapy, they can apologize, you could potentially take your partner back. They fixed the what. It is the how they got to that point that needs fixing.
I agree.
Okay. I can break my nail, go to the nail shop and get it repaired.
Hmm.
Okay. I can break my nail. Let's just say I'm constantly doing dishes and the nail softens or something and it breaks. I can get it fixed. The problem is that I'm constantly doing the dishes
Hmm.
with these nails. Do you see what I'm saying? Either I need to get a different type of nail, or I maybe need to stop being like my grandmother and load my dishwasher,
Or protect your hands while you're washing
or
it.
protect my hands when I'm washing the dishes. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So we focus a lot on the what and not on the how. The how needs to be fixed.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I think people focus a lot on the what because they're dysfunctional already.
It's immediate.
Yeah, it,
It's immediate.
it's immediate, and you go through a process.
Hmm.
Even if you're a healthy and mature person, you go through a process. The first thing you
Yeah.
recognize is the what. But if you're healthy and you have a maturity level, you're going to migrate from the what to the how.
Hopefully.
If you're healthy and mature, you will. It's a natural progression. The reason why most people don't is because most people are not healthy or mature. And that's just the truth. That's why we talking about dysfunction and trauma now, because a lot of people live in dysfunction and a lot of people are not healthy or
Yeah.
even mature, intellectually mature, emotionally mature, none of that. And so
Yeah.
you got that exchange happening. And Derek Jackson's book is really great because it goes through this in quite detail, but it goes through the exchange of when that spouse or that partner first discovered the abandonment or the treachery or whatever you've done. Their immediate reaction is going to be from their place of hurt and devastation. And so if the person who has done the act, instead of putting themselves in a position to say, I did this to this person, I hurt this person,
Yeah.
does not take accountability,
They
they
get defensive.
will start to defend themselves. And if you do that, then that means you totally disregard her hurt, her pain, her devastation, her shock. You disregard all of that and you tell her that your feelings are more important than hers, even though you did the
And
damage.
I'm going to tell you what that does to a person, man or female, male or woman, I mean, male or female. Um, it hurts. It actually hurts worse than the act.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Absolutely.
failure of an acknowledgement hurts worse than the act. And it can send the person in a mental spiral and emotional. And you wonder what's wrong with them.
Because it makes it callous.
Yeah. You wonder what's wrong with them.
Because you've done this thing and you don't even care that you've done it. You've done this thing and you don't even care that I'm hurt. You don't even care that I'm devastated. So that is what sends you into a mental and emotional spiral, because now you're hurt, you're devastated, and now you're enraged.
Yeah.
Because it's you did the thing that crushed me, hurt me, and you don't even care.
And then for women, like men, like, oh, she won't stop calling, or oh, she won't stop doing this, or oh, she won't stop. Well, she's hurt.
Yeah, she hurt, and she needs answers, because now
you didn't acknowledge it.
You know what I mean? And you disregarded her feelings. And I'm gonna tell you, in that instance, that's really where all of the stuff happens. Because if you disregard her and you make her feel like you do not care about the pain you just inflicted on her, what comes from her next, it just is what it is. A lot of women are in prison today for murdering their husbands or trying to murder their significant others, not because they didn't love them, but because that man, she found out about what he did and he disregarded her feelings. If a man or even a woman would acknowledge, baby, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. Yeah. I'm sorry, I did this. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, those are statements of accountability. Those are statements acknowledging that what I have done has hurt you.
And it shouldn't come after almost like somebody has had to ask you for it.
Right.
You probably want to do that on your own.
It should be immediate. First of all, when you see her pain, it should be immediate. You should be hurt by her hurts.
Yeah.
You may not even, and I mean, for especially like a man, if you may not even know how you're supposed to react or feel because you did do this.
Right.
But what you need to do in that moment is throw yourself on the altar of sacrifice, because you did the hurt. You did the action. Like, in this moment, and it's not that your feelings aren't valid or even your reasoning is not, but this ain't the time to talk about why you did it.
Yeah, your feelings are valid, but come on, like, you did the crime.
Your feelings are valid, but what I'm saying is at that moment, hers are more valid because you did the offense to her. If she does the offense to you, then it's the other way around.
Right.
Like, she may have reasons, you know what I'm saying? Valid reasons. But if she does the offense to you, your feelings are more important in that moment because she has now hurt you. She has now done an action against you. And if you don't take ownership of that hurt that you have caused and that pain that you have inflicted and the possible breaking your family dynamic that you may have caused, if you don't take, because I'm gonna tell you something, if men would immediately take action,
man, girl,
probably would be no putting of out.
No, are you kidding me?
It would be time to calm down, time to come to the table and figure out how we can reconcile. That's
and you won't get any of that same behavior. You won't get any of that behavior reciprocated.
Nope. But
a lot of times good women reciprocate behavior because they've been wronged without any acknowledgement from you. Come on, G.
Without acknowledgement, and then later without any explanation.
And without acknowledgement, explanation, or change. Woo! So you wonder why you get reciprocated on.
So listen to this. So imagine this major offense has been done to you. The person is not even taking ownership. They have disregarded your feelings about it. So then you are immediately separated. And then even after time, they won't even have a conversation with you to explain.
That's deep.
You understand what I'm saying?
What would I say to that woman?
Wow. Because that woman has gone through hell and is going through hell and is fighting for her life because she has not had any of the things she has needed in those 4 stages. She has not had your, because you may have briefly acknowledged, yeah, I know I messed up, but you haven't taken no accountability. No accountability has ever been taken. Then you disregarded her feelings about it when she expressed to you how hurt she was, how devastated she was, how shocked she was, how she felt. You disregarded that. Then after time, you could not even show her love and respect to sit down and conversate with her so she could understand what really happened. Fourth of all, you did not even provide a time or a space for possible reconciliation. Wow.
That's a lot, and it's
Just
heavy.
deny all 4 stages.
What I'm going to say, what I would say possibly to that man. And I don't, even if I know him personally, whatever, and I know what his character is, I don't, in that moment, friend, you are a coward. And I'm going to say this open
Absolutely.
and live on social media. In that moment, friend, I'm still your friend, but in that moment, friend, you are a coward. Because any person, it's just like when you discipline your children, when you know something is right, you stand on it. Any person that knows what they did was right and that they are right and have no wrong would stand on what they've done or said and be accountable because they know they're in the right. And only when you know you're in the wrong do you run from what may look like confrontation.
That's
Facts.
That is good.
Okay.
That's good.
When you are on the upside of that battle, you have no problem saying to whomever, whenever, I did this because you did X, Y, and Z, and you didn't acknowledge this, that, and the third, and I'm out. But when you know that you're wrong, you will not do it. And that, my friend, makes you a coward. Okay?
I agree.
Okay.
And unfortunately, we have some of those out here. But again, that is the effects of not dealing with trauma. That is the effects of not dealing with your hurt and dysfunction, because now you just carry the dysfunction and the trauma with you to the next situation. So even in a situation like that, you cannot give the basic respect because you're really lost in your own trauma and dysfunction.
And can I say this? Let me just talk to the next situation. Hey, boo. Hey, girlfriend. Hey, boo boo. Boo kitty.
Not Boo Boo Kitty.
Listen, boo boo kitty.
Don't bring Boo Boo Kitty back.
I know you got him, boo boo kitty, and it's all good. The loving is good and all of that. Y'all have it. And it's tax season. Y'all probably living in life like it's golden, living life like it's golden, living life like it's golden. Seafood boils, baby girl. Baby girl. Seafood. And we gonna keep it a buck. Seafood boils and all, okay? And you may not be living life like it's golden, because excuse me, that is for the individual. But you might be Cash Money Records here for the 99 2000. So you're working with the hey, you might be doing that, boo-boo. And it's all love. And it's all good. And all of that. But baby girl, you still are being compared to the other woman.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. And she's talking about women who move on.
That know.
Who move
the ones
on
that know.
And who hasn't.
Okay. You still gonna be compared, baby. And so what you do is you study the other woman.
Jesus.
Okay. You study the other woman, what she looked like, how she carried herself,
Yeah.
her business practices, even her language, her speech, her talk, the way she talked, the way she moved, her faith level, her prayer life, even. And listen, I'm not talking from a personal experience unless I am.
Unless
you
I am, because it
you
could.
study the other woman. And while the other woman doesn't really even not acknowledge you, you study her so that you can have some ways like her, and then even try to be better than her to keep him. But the only thing you're doing is reminding him of her. Oh, she said something.
Well, she done fell out her chair again. Y'all need to get her together with this falling out the chair. Listen here, Watson.
I'm back. Woo! Okay. Because I like Cash Money Records for 99 2002. But I don't like it with some other man. I just do it in my room solo. Listen, you're reminding him of her. And eventually, wait a minute, they probably ain't doing Cash Money Records for the 99 2000 no more. That's us. What they doing now? You know what? They might be doing WAP that can't even get their babies diapers. No more.
No. Okay.
They might be doing the WAP. Or what's that new song Cardi B got out? Anywho, so I still be doing the 99 2000 Cash Money Records. So listen, y'all know I'm playing. I don't do that outside my bedroom. So he is being reminded of her. That has an expiration date. He's unclosed business with her, baby. This ain't me coming down on you. I like you too, boo boo. I do. But he has unclosed business. He has unfinished business with her. The negative effects that he had in his unfinished business with her, he gonna have them with you. May not show up right away. You might live the first 3 months, the first 6 months, might even have the first year. Eventually, they're gonna show up. And you're gonna get to thinking like, no wonder. Then it's gonna be too late. And let me tell you something. Having to try to be like somebody else and be yourself at the same time, that's hard work. That's too much pressure. And so that's what I would say to her. And to the woman that's in the situation where the man won't give a conversation to and all of that, ain't really a lot you can do because you can't force them to have a conversation with you. You know what I'm saying? You just can't. It's unfortunate. So I'm going to say this, because you'll have people that say, oh, just do this, just do that, just walk away, just blah, blah, blah. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have good days. If you're going to cry one day, cry one. If you're going to be happy one. Can't nobody tell you how to hell to feel. And I said it. They can't tell you how to feel. They can't tell you how to process. They can't tell you how to work through. As long as you are not doing harm to yourself or to other people, get you somebody that is not going to judge your process, because we talk to God, but sometimes we need a tangible person or two as well. Get you somebody that's not going to judge you in your process and walk through it, baby. I don't care how long it takes. If you got a real friend, they're going to sit with you in your process, no matter how long it takes. Okay, they may tell you, okay, now come on.
Yes.
Nah, it's been a year. Okay, but you're still not going to feel like you can't go to them. Live in your process. Do what you need to do that makes yourself happy and level up. What Sierra say? Level up, 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 level up. And I'm so happy y'all can't even see it. Hey, I know how to do that too. So you level up in your process. Okay, that's what you do. And you focus on you, because you may not get a conversation. Yeah. And when he come around to give you that conversation, boo-boo,
you ain't even gonna need it.
You ain't even gonna need it. But if you just by chance give it to him, baby girl, make sure you walk away with that backside and leave him with something to remember.
I agree.
because you done leveled up. You won't even hate them.
Yeah, no,
You won't even hate them.
you just be done.
You'll just be done. So that's what I would say to her.
Hmm.
Okay.
And
Ladies.
just even to add to that, just
Uh-huh.
take your time and heal. Don't let people force you to do what you're not ready for. I thank God
Yeah.
for finally being in a place of healthy function, because if I listened to what people told me, I'll be a blubbering mess. But once you go through this type of stuff, like when you go through it again, you know your process. You know what
Yeah.
process it's going to take for you. So just heal and move forward and do
And
it.
I don't care if you write him a Dear John letter. I don't care if you write him a Dear John letter. If you write 5 to 50, it's your process. He ain't gonna do nothing but burn them. Who cares? At least you get it out your system. See, that's the problem that I have with some people, because they'll be like, don't call, don't text, don't do this. Eventually you will get there.
Right.
But in the initial hurt,
Yeah.
you're not going to do that because you're initially hurt. You are not over it.
Yes.
Okay. Listen, if he's truly ignoring you, he gonna delete the messages or whatever anyway.
No
Who
problem.
cares what he says?
Yep.
Who cares that he say, don't call me, don't do this, don't do that? Who cares? This is your process. This is about your process, and this is about your healing.
Yep.
Period.
You got
And
something
that's
to
what's
say,
important.
get it out.
You got to get it out.
Get it out.
Even if you're writing it just on notebook. I started journaling.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not, I'm journaling now, not because of pain and heartache, but I'm just journaling because I've been doing this thing, girl. I was so happy I was able to eat bread today. But so even if it's journaling, whatever you have to do, that's your business. Okay, next, as long as you ain't harming others and yourself. Y'all know what? My lips just be they is greasy. Y'all don't see me doing this with my lips.
Girl, we ain't stuck your lips. Move on.
They be, y'all haven't seen me. I bet y'all like, what is wrong with this lady's lips? They been greasy. Okay, listen. Ladies, the next thing is, stop bringing up the past and the present, boo. Baby girl. Ha! Let me tell you something, and y'all may not agree with me. I don't know if we got no comments in that Facebook, but let me say this. I was once told by one of my uncles, and they from Chicago and stuff. And I was once told by one of my uncles, if they did something wrong and they woman had sex with them afterward, it's over with. You can't bring up what I did to you and we didn't have sex. You done laid down and gave your body, supposed to be one of your most sacred things to me, over again. You cannot, I'm just telling you what they told me. I'm telling you what they told me. You can't bring up what I did to you and you done gave me your body again, because it's a reconnection. It's a re-emerging. It's a remarrying me all over again.
Well, it's a
And
matter
so
of acceptance. So it's like if you have a real issue with your mate or your
you're not going to keep sleeping with them.
like if you have a real issue, like it's a real issue that you're having a hard time getting over,
Yeah.
you need to deal with that first before
Yeah.
you accept them back. Because if you accept them back into your life, you're accepting the same behavior back because you haven't dealt with the behavior that's been done. And
Yeah.
a lot of women will do that and then they will continue to harp on the man. The man can totally try to change and try to show you something different, but you will never see that because you'll be too busy talking about all the women he cheated with, all the things he done did you wrong. Well, if you was that hurt and destroyed, you shouldn't have took him back.
And
And
what did I say last week? I said a couple weeks ago, men are simplistic. So when you lay down with them, some of them, most of them, they think it's over, like the problem is done. So you can't do it. So you can't bring up the past in the present. Okay? Think now, when you're also, these are roads to after the pain, okay? This is like effective ways of fixing stuff and how to go from dysfunctional to functional, because a lot of times people won't tell you that. They'll just tell you to leave the dysfunctional relationship. But let's be real, a lot of people don't leave the dysfunctional relationships because they love the person. So now we're going to help mend it. Okay. Think behavior and not emotion. Think behavior and not emotion.
That's good.
What is the behavior that got them to this place? What is the behavior that got you to this place? Not the emotion that you felt from the behavior. Okay. When you think in terms of behavior, you can process and you both can work through how to change the behaviors, and you're not thinking from an emotional level after the pain.
That's good.
Okay. Now, let me just say this as a disclaimer. Y'all, excuse me. I'm not telling anybody to stay in a dysfunctional relationship. That's not what I'm doing. I am just giving you ways to fix stuff if you choose to stay. I'm not telling you to stay. Like if he beating you up, get out of there.
Why would you stay?
Why would you stay? Okay. If you got to get him your link card, do Chicago still got a link? I don't know. If you giving him a link card, your EBT card constantly, and he flipping the money, and you ain't getting nothing back, get out of there.
Why would you stay?
Because I've got to be real. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. It's tax season, and you on there with your matching outfits and your seafood boils, and then in the next few minutes, he gone with somebody else, and you talking so you don't need nobody but yourself. But you just had him in a matching outfit and a seafood boil. I'm sick of it. Now, if you giving him the link card, and he's supposed to flip the money, and he ain't flipping it. He ain't managing. He mismanaging the money. Period. Don't play about my dollars. Okay? So if he abusing you, run. If he mismanaging the finances and you end up in the poorhouse homeless, run. That ain't sticking by no man. Girl, you ain't considered strong because you letting him put you in a homeless house with your kids.
Right.
And lastly, if he's sleeping with your sister, get out of there.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know that situation at all. I'm just saying those are some lines that you just don't cross.
Dirty.
You just don't cross those situations. You don't cross those lines. I'm just saying. But if he's sleeping with your sister or your friend
or your cousin,
I'm just saying, blood cousin, get out of there. If he keep doing it. Okay.
Yeah, all right. So my play cousin, we fighting, nigga. What you mean?
I want to say so much about that. But I can't. This ain't even the platform for me to talk about it. This ain't even the platform for me to talk about it.
Just give me my background on that one real quick.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this. Ooh, somebody gonna be like Evangelist. All play cousins ain't cousins.
I don't like you at all.
Sister, come back. Come back.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
These one of the moments when you leave them out there on that ledge by themselves. I'm just playing. We ride together.
Don't leave me. We ride together, 4 flat tires.
Ride together. I'm here on the ledge with you.
I'm not gonna get all the way into that.
We gonna be all right.
But if you ain't seen your play cousin in like 20 years,
oh my God,
and your play cousin be having a lot of boyfriends, ain't nobody gonna be available for you.
Oh no. No. Lord, I wasn't ready. She is a mess. Listen here.
Oh, y'all got me in tears. Y'all need to stop it.
Oh my God. All right, sis, we got 5 minutes. Wrap this up.
Okay, let's wrap it up. Um, whew,
Oh God,
Lord have mercy.
I'm crying on here. Jesus.
Lord have mercy. Think success. Think success in this relationship. Oh Lord. I know I'm gonna get an inbox or two about that. Y'all listen, I never said it was me. Get out my business. Think success. Think success. But I didn't though. You know somebody gonna sue.
Yeah.
Think success in terms of your dysfunctional relationship. If you choose to stay in it and he ain't beating you up and taking your money or on drugs or sleeping with your blood cousin or friend or whatever, and think in terms of success. If you constantly think of in terms of the relationship as in terms of not being successful, then it won't work. And then also get some support for both parties involved, not just one-sided support, but you want to get support that can help cultivate the healing. And lastly but not least, after you've asked for forgiveness and everything, be submissive, be willing to hear the other person, be loving, love bomb each other. Love bomb each other. Love is strong. What the Bible say, love covers a multitude of sin. It's very possible to happen. Remember, Evangelist Watson or LaQuisha, I should say on this, is not telling you to stay in a dysfunctional relationship, but if you choose to do so, because a lot of you will, I've just given you some pointers as to how you may be able to help. If none of that stuff works, then get out of there. Did you want to add something, sis?
I just want to say be open and honest with yourself about your feelings and where you are. So many times we will tell ourselves, "Oh, I don't care anymore. I don't love them anymore. Oh, I've moved on," but really you haven't. It's very important to be honest about your feelings. I know it hurts when you see that other person and they look like they've moved on, but if you still love them, you still love them. Don't walk around saying, "Oh, I'm over him. I'm over her. I can't stand her." Just be honest, because when you're honest, you can actually deal with your feelings, you can heal appropriately, and you can take your time to walk through the process. The whole point is we've all experienced trauma, and that trauma from our childhood created dysfunctions in our lives that we have all lived with and carried with us into adulthood, into parenthood, into relationships. And at some point, you've got to choose
Yeah.
to get rid of the dysfunction by healing from the trauma. And
Yeah.
so, until you do that, you will continue to create situations within any relationship. It doesn't matter how much the person loves you, it doesn't even matter how much you love that person. If you don't heal, if you don't deal with your trauma, you are going to continue to be toxic to someone's life.
Yeah.
And so this is why we have so much going on in relationships. But in a case where you love the person and they love you, you can heal together. You do not have to leave the relationship to get healing or to
Yeah.
move forward. You just have to be willing to get the healing. You have to be willing
Yeah.
to move forward. And so, in conclusion, that really is. We always want to advocate therapy and counseling. It is very important
Yeah.
that you get help. It is very important that you have a therapist. It's very important that you have a person that you can trust to go to, a third party. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
these are all areas of touches that help you with your healing. The healing
Yeah.
is not just on you. The healing is not
Yeah.
just about your self care, because sometimes what we will do too is we will hide away and we will exclude ourselves from life, and then you
Yeah.
feel like you're healing and you'll disguise it as self-care and self-love, but really what you've done is you retreated from the world to be safe. That's not
Yeah.
healing. That's not healing.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
choose a time in your life where you don't want to have a relationship. You can choose a time in your life where you don't want to engage while you're healing, but make sure you actually heal.
Yeah.
Don't be so afraid that you just remove yourself from situations where you can love or feel about anybody, because that's not healing. that's isolation, and don't go into
Yeah.
isolation. Just really take the time to heal. If you're with somebody who loves you beyond the stuff that you've done to them, love them enough to either heal with them or love them enough to walk away knowing that you don't
Yeah.
want to heal. And
Yeah,
hospital.
this will be an open, if you guys have other suggestions, you can definitely send them to us. We are open to listening to them, so you can inbox them to the My Sister and Me page. You can also, don't forget to go like, share, and subscribe the YouTube channel as well. And you can also go onto our website, and we also have individual websites as well. And those links are located on the website. So you can definitely do that. We did have a viewer choice comment or inbox that said, why are all white people invited to the cookout when they say something cool? So all white people are not always invited to the cookout when they say something cool. Number one, if it's a man, he got to be fine. Number two, he need to have a little rhythm. I told y'all he need to be able to do that dance. Okay, and then it'll work. Do you want to invite Karen to the cookout? Probably not, just because Karen said something cool. But I do have one friend that can come to the cookout, and she cool in the mug. Her name is Denise. She's off the chain. Denise, if you watching this, boom, you my girl. But all white people are not invited to the cookout. And you know why? Because we ain't all invited to their banquets.
Boom.
Okay. So when they say something cool and y'all constantly inviting them to the cookout, stop. Because when we say something cool, like not all white people is bad, do they say you are now invited to the banquet? No. Do they say you are now invited to the lake house? No. So stop inviting them all to the cookout. All white people are not always invited to the cookout, but the cool ones, my homeboy, my home dude, Craig, you coming to the cookout. But some white folk can come. Others cannot. Recognize when it's misappropriation and they just trying to get some clout. Okay? Your choice comment. Go ahead, sis.
All right, with that, we want to close by thanking our community partners. We got what is it called? The candy
Candy Girls.
The Candy Girls, that's what it is. Candy Girls inside Maplewood Mall in Minnesota. We got Black Wall Street, Minnesota, which I am a part of that organization. So shout out to them. Kayla Girls, Young Phenom. We're shouting out all our community partners. I thank you guys for joining us for this live broadcast today.
Have a good day.
Episode 7, After the Pain. I pray that you guys will go check the YouTube out, subscribe to the YouTube channel. All of the live broadcasts are on our YouTube channel. So this video will live on our Facebook channel until it's uploaded to our YouTube, and then it will disappear. And then you will have to watch it on YouTube. So please subscribe, hit the notification button so you know every time we're going live or premiering on YouTube. And check out the website. We have merchandise, and we also have a new book called Relationship Status. You're going to need that book. So make sure you go and order it. And thanks, guys. Happy Sunday. Have a great day. Get out there and let the sun hit your face. Do something with somebody else today. Get out of your house.
Okay.
Don't sit in front of that TV today. And we will check you guys next week.
Bye, y'all.
All right. Have a good one.